So as you can tell, I'm wearing my DC hat. I am reppin'. Thank you to my friend Melissa who gave this to me. So I wanted to make a video about this, June Homes specifically, because I didn't really find so much information about this company in terms of seeing people's experiences and their reviews on it. So as someone who travels a lot for work and moves around every few months or so, I wanted to make a video, a full in-depth review about June Homes, this company that I went through to find my 3-month lease, and just give you all the details about it, just so you can see for yourself if this is an option that you'd want or are interested in. I first heard about this company from a friend who just heard something about it, and I thought, why not try it out? It seems like it's pretty straightforward. I am at my last week living here of my 3-month lease here in DC. So over these past 3 months, I have compiled a lot of data and information and kept track of certain things to make sure that I put it into this video. So it's very in-depth, and it kind of shows all the smaller aspects of this living experience that maybe you might not have heard elsewhere. So I'm gonna break it down into 4 different parts. First, the process. Second, first impressions. Third, pros and cons. And then fourth, the overall impression and would I do it again. So let's get right into it. The process of securing and applying for the apartment was pretty straightforward. It was pretty easy. First of all, I created an account, as you do nowadays. You choose the apartment and then specifically the room that you want to rent out, or if it's just your own apartment that you won't be sharing with anyone else, then it'll just be that apartment. But if it's a shared room, you'll have to choose the room itself. If it's your first time with June Homes, you must have a video call with a representative from that company. For me, it literally took like 5-10 minutes. She just showed me the place virtually, which I could do myself, but I think you just have to have that just so they can kind of meet you. And then she asked me if I had any questions in terms of the apartment, and she was very helpful. She was very nice. It was very pleasant. They tell you more about June Homes and the process and kind of more in detail about what they need from you. For me, what I needed to give them was my past pay stubs as well as my bank statements. And because I didn't have an official employment letter or offer yet, because that's just how my work works, it's just always very last minute, I had to provide them additional bank statements just to make sure that I could cover my rent for these 3 months. Within 24 hours, you should get a letter saying you're qualified, and you can go ahead and you have to submit a deposit, of course, and pay whatever the prorated rate is. So if your lease starts on the 18th of the month, 18th until the 31st, you pay the prorated rates. And then starting the 31st, before the 1st of the next month, you have to pay for the whole next month. So I would say from me reaching out to them, finding the place that I wanted, to them approving my letter, and me securing housing was actually very, very quick, and I really appreciated that. It was probably only 48 hours that everything was done, because if you're quick on your end, they're quick on their end, and you can just secure it very quickly. That's what I really needed. Like I said, as someone who travels a lot and I sometimes just need to secure housing super quickly, this I think is a very, very good thing about this company, that is that they're just very quick and efficient. Also, their homes they can either be furnished or unfurnished. Sometimes they come furnished, sometimes they come unfurnished, and sometimes it charges depending on whether you want one or the other, which is kind of weird. I think it's just the way it's set up. But mine came furnished, and that was perfect. I needed it. And they literally had everything. I mean, besides a bath towel, but they actually had appliances for the kitchen, knives, forks, spoons, all the utensils. They had a laundry washer dryer. They had a couch, a TV, a bed, all the sheets and pillows as well. It's literally furnished so that you don't need to bring anything with you, almost. Now, moving on to part 2, first impressions. So this was all within the first day. As soon as I walked through the door, everything was exactly what it was pictured like in the video tour. So there's a virtual tour, and it's basically one of those things where you can click and go within through the home and see how it is. And the whole place smelled clean. However, I had a problem getting into the apartment. It's basically like a keypad code that I have to enter, and then you open it. But for some reason, I could not open it. And I don't know if it was just because no one had lived there in so long, so that I had a problem like opening the door. But they did respond to my request pretty quickly, which is really nice, and they helped me try to solve the issue. It's just I think I drove like 7 hours 2 days in a row, and I was really hungry, and it was really hot, and there's a lot of mosquitoes everywhere, and it was just not a good first like thing, just like not being able to get in. But eventually I was able to get in. But some of the not so good things about when I first came here and arrived that I noticed was that all of their kitchen stuff was really, really dirty. It was, I don't know if they like hadn't replaced it in a long time, if they didn't wash the stuff, but it was really dirty. I placed everything, I mean everything, like the plates, the bowls, the cups, all the silverware, and the knives and everything into the washer. And the thing was, the washer smelled so weird. Like it smelled really, really bad the first time I used it. I don't know if it's like people haven't used it in a while or if there's something else going on. But when I took the stuff out, it was still really dirty. As you can see in this footage here, it's like stuff that doesn't come off. I feel like they've been using this silverware here for a really long time, and I really think this is something they need to replace. I think it's really important to have the place clean and ready when a new guest moves in. And that's the other thing. 2 light bulbs were out when I first moved in, and this was my very first day. It wasn't like I came in, lived here for a few weeks, and then they went out. No, it was even right when I moved in, I noticed they were out. And this is something they should have fixed before I came. As you can see, my interaction with them here on the app, because so you go on the app to let them know if there's an issue, they create a ticket and they help solve it. So I created a ticket for the light bulbs that were out. They informed me I had to be the one to replace them, and they'll reimburse me for the light bulb. Like I had to go out and buy it myself. And I think as someone who is a tenant, this is an issue that the landlord needs to take care of, not the tenant themselves, because if you're leasing anywhere else, they would have someone maintenance come and fix it. You wouldn't be asked to fix the light bulb yourself. I think that's something that needs to be changed, because it wasn't because of me that the light bulbs were out, it was out in the first place. So first of all, they should have fixed it already, and then second off, they should not have asked me to be the ones to be fixing light bulbs. I literally don't have time to fix light bulbs, and that one in this picture is a very specific type of light bulb. I wouldn't even know where to find it. I could look around, but that takes more time, and time is money. I have a lot of things I need to get done, especially when I first come to a new place. I have so much stuff I need to take care of, and then I start work right away. So I can't, like, this is just something that made me really irritated, because it should be within your lease that they fix it for you. Like, you're living here, the light bulbs go out, I put in a ticket, they come in to fix it. Should be as simple as that. I shouldn't have to go back and forth. In the end, they said that we won't charge you a fee for someone to come and fix it because of everything that we went back and forth about. So it's crazy that they would even charge you a fee for someone to come in and fix it. I mean, that's just made me really mad, honestly. Another big issue I had was cockroaches, and this was my first time honestly dealing with cockroaches, and I am definitely not about bugs. I freaking hate them so much. I had a lot of enemies while I was here, a lot of cockroaches. As you can see from all these pictures, I had probably a few different incidences. The first time I had it, I told them right away. As you can tell from this chain, I told them, I sent them photos, I wrote like a lot of information, and this was legit my first night living here that I saw them. And they did have someone come and do pest control right away. So I do appreciate how quick they are to kind of address the issue. Although the last time I had cockroaches, which was about 4 or 3 weeks before I moved out. It was a little bit slower. I don't know if it's because of the holidays or whatever, but they were just being very slow about it. And I'm like, no, this is an issue you need to address quickly. They're the ones who said, please tell us quickly so we can address it as soon as possible. And then they don't address it within the whole next week. So, and I am a very clean person. Like, I don't have any dishes or food lying out. I take out the trash before it's full. I take out my recycling. I feel like I'm a very clean and neat person, and I don't know where these cockroaches are coming from, but that was a very, very big downside to living here. Not necessarily like, it depends where you live with June Homes, you know? So it just sucks that it was a problem while I was living here. I really wish they had, I mean, I'm sure if other tenants had issues with this, they should have pest controlled this place before I moved in so that this wouldn't be an issue. Just little things like this, like the light bulb, the cockroaches. I mean, the cockroaches aren't really little because that's like just so nasty. Like, I just, that's kind of a little bit, more on the first impressions that I kind of gave into, but it just kind of ran together. Okay, other than the 2 light bulbs, the cockroach situation, the dirty silverware, the smell of the dishwasher, and then the mosquitoes outside. Other than that, everything else was fine. The inside of the apartment smelled clean. I mean, things looked like it was cleaned. Well, maybe. I didn't trust it. I washed everything again. I mean, it's comfortable though. Like, there is an AC, there's a heater here. The mosquitoes thing, I mean, that's just the location, but there was just a lot congregating right outside my door. That was the problem. It wasn't like there was mosquitoes just flying around. It was like right outside my door, and I don't know why. So that was kind of like, just didn't give me a really good first impression. I guess it's not super loud here. I didn't feel super unsafe, but you know, these factors itself, it's location, not necessarily the place itself. But yeah, so pros and cons, moving on. Okay, let's start with the cons first, and then we'll move on to the pros. So cons, first of all, it is really expensive, but I also keep in mind that it's fully furnished. Everything's included, including trash, water, sewer, utilities, Wi-Fi. So it's basically a full package. Another con, you pay this membership fee, which, okay, I understand, you pay a membership fee, and in return, that membership fee gives you certain benefits. However, when you're living by yourself, not in a shared apartment, you pay an additional higher membership fee. And in addition to that, you don't get any of the benefits. For example, if you're in a shared apartment, they sometimes have people come and clean bi-weekly. They have like essentials delivered to you, like toilet paper, paper towels, laundry detergent, soap, things like that, that really don't cost $145 a month, but still, okay, fine, I get it. Gotta pay a fee to join the club. However, when I'm living by myself, and I didn't realize this till after because it was in a small print, but that's okay. I like my own stuff anyways, so, you know, I'm good without that. But paying $200 a month for literally, I got 2 of these soaps. Let me show you. 2 of these Myers dish soap, as well as, you know, some trash bags, ooh, and then some dryer sheets. and you don't get like a delivery of stuff every month, because I don't know, you're living by yourself, so it's different. I have no idea. I really don't understand that, and I think that's a big con. I think if you're paying a membership fee, even if you're living by yourself, you should still get those benefits. Like, it's kind of weird that they charge you more and don't give you anything, versus when you're in a shared apartment, they give you something and it's less. So I think, and they never explained that to me. I asked them, I mean, it's not like I was very pushy about it either, but I shouldn't have to be. So more cons. 2/3 of my way into living this apartment, And my apartment's on the street. It's just like these row houses. So, I mean, anyone walking in the neighborhood can theoretically just knock on the door or get in. But, you know, 2/3 of the way living here, I drove back home, and on my way home, when I was almost there, I saw someone standing in front of my door. And I believe it was a homeless woman. I'm not sure. She had a lot of stuff with her, like 2 suitcases and a bunch of bags. And for my place, you have to walk up like 4 steps of stairs. There's a flat platform, and then you walk down 4 steps into the basement. So she was actually like on those top 4 steps, and all her stuff was on the platform. So there was actually no way I could have gotten into my place because she fully blocked it. As you can see from these not so great photos here, I was trying to be sly and have her not see me. Something like this hasn't ever happened to me before, so I really didn't feel comfortable just going up to her, asking her to leave, or just not even asking her to leave. Just the fact that she knew I would be living there, I felt uncomfortable. Yeah, so I just created a ticket and said, as you can see here, this is all the stuff that I said, and this is the stuff they responded with. And as you can tell, I mean, if you were in this situation, I mean, tell me if this would be helpful to you or not. But to me, how they responded was not helpful at all. And I get sometimes you can't do anything necessarily, but even like, just besides telling me to call 911, that's like not helpful. Like, obviously I'm gonna call 911 if I see her like breaking into my apartment or like doing something, but the point was I needed someone to be able to be here to like talk to them like with me, because I didn't feel safe doing it alone. They basically said there was no one available and to call 911. So I just wish they would have been more helpful, or at least given me suggestions of what I could do, just because I haven't been in this situation before. It's okay, the situation was sorted out. I left for an extended period of time, and then I came back when it was dark and she was gone. So let's move on to the pros. Pros: in-unit washer dryer, yay, yay, yay. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. It's about 550 square feet if I had to guess. It's also literally like 1-minute walk from the metro stop. That is a really big pro for me. It's also fully furnished, like I said. It has everything you need. You don't need to set anything up yourself, pretty much. It was a super quick and easy process overall, which that is like the biggest pro to me. Like, if you can just be as efficient as possible and get something done and secured it right away, then that's a huge pro, because not everyone's able to do that, and sometimes you really need to know, like, I have housing for sure. So that is definitely a pro for me in my situation. I also have a 10-minute deboarding call at the end of the lease. It's actually this Friday, the day before I move out. So I'll put in the description how that goes and how everything is and how the whole move out process is. But so far, things that kind of surprised me that I feel like would have been good to know. For moving in, they only allow you to move in after 3 p.m., and you have to move out by 10 a.m. on your move out date. I understand you have to do some turnover. However, as someone who is paying every single day for this apartment, you should not have time restrictions on it, because that's more like a hotel, not like living somewhere permanent. I mean, short-term permanently. You know what I mean? So I think they should just let you move in anytime on the day you move in and check out anytime on the day you check out. If you break it down, it's you're paying day by day, like you're paying prorated rates for every single day. So I think, to me, that also doesn't make sense. That why should you be limited to checking in after 3 p.m. and checking out by 10 a.m. So those are just, I guess, more minor complaints that I have. I think the deboarding call and the wrap-up process should be pretty quick. Just make sure I'm gonna clean everything up here and not leave anything behind. Of course, they'll charge you if you leave something behind. So I think it should be pretty easy and pretty quick, but I'll write in the description how that goes, just to give you all an update. If there's anything that I have complaints about, or if it's perfect, I'll let you all know. And then last part 4, overall impressions. I would say it's pretty seamless and it's a pretty great concept. It provides a great alternative housing option for those people who need short-term leases or need housing right away, or they're in situations like me where you move around a lot. You just don't want to find housing the traditional way. I think finding housing is always pretty stressful, especially depending what kind of city you're in and what options you have financially. So I think June Homes really did a good job of making it very seamless, easy, efficient, quick. It's good that they provide everything you need, especially when it's furnished, and they are pretty true to what they say. At least from my experience, they have been very helpful. They have been pretty quick to answer my tickets and respond to my requests and fix the issues that I have. It's just sometimes they took a little bit longer than I would have liked to resolve things, and then sometimes they weren't helpful, like with the light bulb situation. Like I really think that they should fix that themselves. They should not involve the tenant. I should not be the one to fix it. I really believe in that one strongly. Other than that though, if I needed short-term housing again, like super quick, I would do it again. I honestly would. I would go with them again. Everything was pretty accurate from what they told me and online to actually living it and experiencing it for 3 months. So like I said, in my opinion, they have a lot of improvements they can work on, but maybe they'll watch this video and get working. But anyways, if you have any questions down below, let me know. I'm super happy to answer any questions you might have. I know finding housing is really stressful, and especially the little details sometimes when you don't know something, that can be stressful. If there's something I didn't cover on here, something you want to know about for June Homes, literally just leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to answer. And also, if you have any suggestions for short-term housing that's worked out for you, please leave a comment down below. Please share it with this community. I'd be interested to look for other housing options, and I'm sure other people would love to hear other options that they may have as well. That's pretty much it from me for this video here. I think I covered all the bases, but if I didn't, leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to answer anything. And if you just want like tips or suggestions on other housing situations that have worked out for me, just message me on here. I'll reply. So anyways, thanks so much for watching this video. I really do hope it's been helpful for other people like myself, or if your situation is about to be like this. But yeah, I would love feedback and comments or suggestions. Anything's appreciated. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.